Hi, and welcome to this, the last episode of the huMAn Talk. First off, we have another great video from Joe and Kat regarding the patch options in the MA3 software. So, let's get going for the last time. Hello, Joe and Kat.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, you want to talk about something flashy?
Always.
Want to talk about the patch instead?
Yeah, okay.
So there's some new organizational tools that have been built into the GrandMA3 patch window. They're a little bit different than the way the GrandMA2 worked. We're talking about stages, we're talking about grouping fixtures, and there's even some filtering that's been thrown in there now. Having a really good understanding of these is going to help you a lot with the organization within your patch.
Let's start with stages. A stage is a 3D space that holds all of your fixtures and your 3D environment objects. And you can have multiple stages in one show file.
So each stage has its own fixture and object list. And in the patch window, you can choose which stage you're viewing with this button in the upper right-hand corner.
In 3D, you don't see all the stages at once, but you can open multiple 3D windows, each with a different stage assigned to it.
Even though the fixtures are separated between the stages, all users can still access all of the fixtures in all of the stages.
The stage owns the fixtures, so if you were to delete a stage, you delete all the fixtures and all of the programming that went with it.
Yeah, it is possible to copy fixtures from one stage to another, but it really just takes the fixture container. It won't have a fixture ID or the patch information because you can't double those up within a show file. It just wouldn't work. So why would we use these? One of the ideas is you would build the stages to mimic multiple physical stages that are being controlled from the same show file. So, for example, a festival with multiple stages or a TV show with multiple sets.
I think for me, what I'm really excited to use it for is cloning within my show file. So, for example, taking a touring show and cloning it to a festival rig. So like in the past, what I'd have to do is I would export the festival show file, the fixture patch layers, and import it into my show file, then take those fixtures and in 3D, slide them over on the x-axis so that they were out of the way of my main rig, and then make new camera views to find the festival rig. If in GrandMA 3, I can just export the festival rig as its own stage and then import it into my show file, that saves me that sliding step. And also, like, I really do like the organization of, in the patch window, seeing my stage versus the festival stage.
Totally. Okay, back in the patch window. You probably noticed this layer button on the left-hand side. Now, this is not the same as the GrandMA 2 layers, but when used in combination with filters, you can organize your fixture data in a way that's visually similar.
Layers and classes are first going to come into play if you're using MVR to bring in your Vectorworks plot. The layers and classes in Vectorworks become the layers and classes in here. Regardless of whether you are or aren't using MVR, you can make your classes and layers anything that you like. They're really just labels that can be applied to fixtures on any and all of your stages.
Once created, you can use them with the filter option to sort the patch a bit like GrandMA 2 layers. Filters aren't restricted to classes and layers. They'll work the same way in other columns like IDs or fixture types as well. You can even filter through a range, like a range of fixture IDs or DMX addresses. You can also apply filters to multiple columns simultaneously. For example, you could use filters to show you only a particular fixture type with a layer called floor light.
Filtering is a way to sort and drill down data on your stage. If you're thinking about organizing your fixtures, then we got to talk about grouping fixtures.
Yeah, grouping fixtures are like a parent fixture with all the little child fixtures bundled inside of it. So it allows you to expand or collapse all the information in there. And if you don't have any grouping fixtures, but you want to, you can add one. You'll find it under the generic fixture manufacturer. Then you can use the cut and paste tools to move existing fixtures in or out of a grouping.
A grouping fixture doesn't get a patch because it's an organizational tool, but it can get a fixture number. Giving it a fixture number means it can also show up in the fixture sheet. You have the same functionality of expanding and collapsing, but you have programming benefits as well. When you select the grouping fixture and apply parameters to it, this applies those values to all of its child fixtures simultaneously.
If you don't want to see it or use it in the fixture sheet, just don't give it a number. Yeah. That way you're just using it for organization within the patch. So let's take a look at these concepts one more time. So you've got your show file. Within your show file, say you have 2 stages. Each stage has its own collection of fixtures and maybe grouping fixtures. Because remember, grouping fixtures are optional.
Even though there's no crossover between the fixtures of the 2 stages, all of the fixtures can be accessed by any and all of the users in your session. You can still use worlds, and worlds can be any combination of the fixtures in any of your stages. You could have a world that's all stages, a world for stage A, another for stage B, one world that's some fixtures from stage A and a bit from stage B, whatever.
So even though it wasn't flashy, I hope it was helpful.
Happy organizing.
And cheers.
And now, for the final time in this format, we have the ever-popular MA People. It has been wonderful getting all the submissions over the last few months. And if we haven't yet been able to share your clip, everyone at MA has watched them and they thank each and every one of you. So, here we go with the last one.
Hey, I'm Benjamin Mills. I'm a lighting designer from South Africa. So what have I learned from practicing social distancing? I think what I've really learned is that, in the entertainment industry, we're so privileged to meet so many different people and connect with so many different people all the time. Because obviously now, not being able to go out into live venues and to do live events, I'm not meeting those people anymore. I'm not interacting with those people. And it's something that I've always just taken for granted, and I've never realized how fortunate I am to be able to meet so many people.
Good day all. Hi, my name is Estan Els. I'm the technical manager here at Mosaic in Fairlands. I think for me, one of the positive things that I took out of the coronavirus and the social distancing is that I think the community that has formed around the technical community here in South Africa has been phenomenal. The support from everyone has been phenomenal. So that's been extremely positive for me and a lot of my friends and in the industry and for us here at Mosaic.
Hello, I'm Nilo from Lightship Productions, MA programmer and a draftsman, plus all the other. On social distancing, I've realized just again how deep and important direct human interaction is. A handshake, for instance, greeting someone you know so well, but now not able to make that initial bond. It almost feels as if one has been deprived of a sense. So I'm looking forward to shaking hands again someday. What I miss most about the industry, well, right now, that's a long list. But I'd say the puzzles and challenges. Sometimes I make the joke that we're not getting paid to be techs, but to come up with solutions. But it's the truth. The anticipation that kicks the adrenal glands into overdrive before you go live, and then almost electricity-like buzz you feel in the air from the crowd. Last but not least, the camaraderie. Relationships we have with each other in this industry just goes much deeper than in others because of what we do.
The biggest thing I've learned from the social distancing is family. We are so passionate in what we do, sometimes we forget to have balance. The thing I miss the most is watching every industry family member pulling together to make memories, no matter what or where or how hectic the deadlines. When that first song drops of your favorite band in the arena and you just see an ocean of phones recording those memories, and the crew members high-fiving each other, going hell yeah, watching how crowds are enjoying themselves.
Good day everyone, I am Gilroy Barman, currently based all the way down here in Namibia. What I miss the most about our industry is to be able to bring this to reality, to create the mood, to set the mood for audience experience, etc. I also took the time to dig into MA deeper. I also subscribed for MA e-learning, and I successfully completed the MA2 and the MA3 on e-learning.
Our aim over the last 3 months or so is to bring you closer together as a family during the global pandemic. And as some areas around the world have started to slowly improve, we are hopeful that we as a family will be able to meet up in person very soon. There is still a bank of content that we haven't been able to share, but rest assured, MA have plans to bring this all to you later in the year.